Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda. Yes, I'm wearing 2 pair of glasses. However, I have 3 pair of glasses surrounding me right now, so that's where I am. We are here because it is almost time to kick off Squash That series for the first or the final round of 2025. And it is a choose your own adventure. So, the way this is going to go and what it means is I have zero idea what the first prompt is. I will say that I was over here working on let me get out of the way, working on my bucket list-a-thon that I have to read for the month of November, or that I'm working on this month. And I was like, okay, well, I finished The Butcher's Masquerade. I'm ready to move on. Let me roll the dice. And I rolled it and I got a 3. And I was like, all right, so I can do 1, 2, 3 and go to short read, or 1, 2, 3 and go to end of year golds, or 1, 2, 3 and go to the series and read a series, which is perfect for Squash That series starting in 2 hours. 2 hours from now, we get our first drop. But I don't know if I'm going to be awake when the first drop happens, the first prompt. And what happens is we're going to get a video link. This is what I understand. Yes, I have a video in it. Yes, I still barely understand it. We're going to get a video link and we're going to go there and it's going to give us a prompt. And we're going to pause the video after we hear the prompt. We're going to go do that prompt, whatever it is. I'm going to pick a book, read a book for that prompt. And then when I come back, I will watch the rest of the video and it's going to say, if you stood on your head, that was the example she gave. If you stood on your head while you were reading, you pick this book. If you didn't stand on your head, you pick this book or this prompt. And then I'll watch another video from another YouTuber and so on and so forth through the round. So I don't know how long this is going to take or I don't know anything about it, but I am going to do my best to stay up till 1 a.m. and get the prompt and at least decide what my book is going to be. And then I'm going to go to sleep. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and immediately go do my neighborhood walk and be listening to the book that I choose, because I'm definitely doing audio. So I will be listening to the book that I choose while I'm on my walk tomorrow. So that is it. I'm just waiting the next 2 hours. I do tentatively have the next book that I want to start, which I just rolled over here, which doesn't matter. It's Suffer-a-thon, but I got The Rose and the Thorn is the next book that I'm going to be reading. It's been on my TBR for a long time, and I landed on TBR Vet down here. So that's what I'm going to be doing. If it will fit at all in whatever the Squash That series prompt is, that's what I'm going to do. If it won't fit, then I'll make something else work, but that is on my 50 before 50 list. I also want to see how many of those I can get done. So right now at the beginning, I need to move again. These are the books that I have read so far this month, and we're just going to find out what's going to happen starting right here. Everything else is going to be Squash That series. So we're going to see how many books I read during Squash That series, but this is where I am right now for the month, looking like this. And I will potentially see y'all at 1 a.m. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Y'all, I stayed up. It's 1 a.m. I didn't read anything. I just stayed up playing games and watching YouTube. And now Bailey's video has posted. So 4 minutes, but I'm only watching the first part.
So before I go ahead and give you that first prompt of the readathon, I do just want to talk through a couple logistic things for the readathon going forward. Also, rule number 3 is you can't be mad at me for any prompt you may land on. And I think that's all.
You can't be mad at me for any prompt you land on? That's not a thing. I will definitely be mad.
Some of you are going to hate me for this, which is rule number 3. You're not allowed to. So the very first prompt of this readathon is to finish a series.
Finish a series, which means I cannot read The Rose and the Thorn that I wanted to read. Really, Bailey? Okay. Okay. All right.
Whether you have one novella left to finish a series, whether you have one novel left.
I finished 2 novellas in October that caught me up, or finished 2 series for me. And I did that in October. So I'm going to have to go look and see what I have left.
To finish a series. And then I'm going to wait here. So what you're going to do is you're going to pause. You're not going to read the this or that. You're not going to listen to the this or that I'm about to say. You're going to pause this video, bookmark it, keep the tab open, have a good way to get back to this prompt that you're on.
Okay. So I got to figure out what I'm going to do before I can comment down below. But people are already posting over in the Discord over here that they're so excited about it. So I also need to go look at let me just pull it up right here. Okay, here's my series tracker, books to read. I'm going to sort this column smallest to biggest. So these are all the ones where I have one book left to read. And let me see if there's something that I own that I know I can read, but it probably also needs to be a finished series. So that's what I need to do. So I have finished series over here that have one book left. So that's what I have to deal with. So it looks like I've got, wow, things. First of all, none of them are 50 before 50. Abby Jimenez, The Friend Zone would be perfect, but it's on hold and I don't want to go pay for it. The Charm Offensive by Allison Cochran. And Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. What is the next one in that? Okay, I thought I had read 3. Did I read all of them already? Yes. The last one is Shipwrecked, and I did read it. I just didn't mark it off. Man. Okay. I finished it. When did I read it? What does it say? Oh, I didn't put the date, but I know I finished it this year. So I'm just going to say July of 2025 is when I finished. Man. Okay. So let's look at this again. I could read a Highlander book, Julia London. Let's just look at all of them. I'm going to see which ones I either own or can find. Okay. And then this Valor, there's only 2 books. Okay. I read Valor on the Move, and now I have Test of Valor. Oh, Highlander in Love is on Audible, and I thought that it was included in my membership, and it is not. Okay. What do I have left in the first law? Y'all, seriously, I'm going to kick this off with a grim, dark fantasy. Okay, no, there are 8 books in this series, and I have read 4 of them. I really need to check all of these and see what I have done. Okay, actually, with 9 and 10 and The Great Change, there's 11. The Trouble with Peace, The Wisdom of Crowds, and The Great Change, there are 11 books in the series, and I've read 4. Okay, I need to update. I'm going to make sure from now on, before I even mention it, that I have checked it and made sure that it's updated. Okay, I could read Skyward because I own Defiant. I was going to read it last month and I didn't. Let me make absolutely sure that I own it. Yes, I already own it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go through the rest of these. I guess I will check the Charm Offensive just because that will be a fast, quick romance. Oh, especially because it's a short story, A Charmed Christmas, 33 pages. How do I find that? Where do I get this from? It says One Result for A Charmed Christmas by Allison Cochran, and it's pulling up One Charmed Christmas, which is okay, let me go to the author's website. Oh, I can read the short story now from her website. I went to Allison's website. Let me show you guys. Okay, so I went here and first I clicked on books and it's not listed on the books. And I was like, what is happening? So I went to the Charm Offensive page and I scrolled down through the reviews and everything about the Charm Offensive. And down here it says it's a short story that's actually 20 pages long. It's an epilogue, but with a conflict. It's bonus content with its own happily ever after. I hope you enjoy. Yes, A Charmed Christmas is about to be my first read, and it's 20 pages long. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, let me go set this up and read it, and I'll be back to tell you all about it, and we can finish Bailey's video and go ahead to the next one. I have never been happier. Okay, it's now 1:52, and I have finished reading A Charmed Christmas. I'm so tired. So we're going to watch the rest of Bailey's video, find out what my 2 choices are that I was supposed to do while I read that, and then we'll see what happens. I did give it 3.5 stars. It was cute. It was 20 pages. It was about their first Christmas together after the book was over. And anyway, here we go.
And pause the video. Don't watch further. If you're not done with your book, don't watch further. Okay? And then I just wait here. So if you're still here with me, you need to go. Or you've finished your series. But okay, here's what's happening now. So what will happen now is I'm going to tell you if the last book in your series you enjoyed more than the first book, I want you to go this way. And if the last book in the series you enjoyed less than the first book in the series, I want you to go this way. So here comes that end screen.
Okay, so I enjoyed this one less than I enjoyed the main book. So I'm going to be clicking on this side.
You're going to have two options of videos to click on. Go ahead, follow those paths. I have also myself and advised the other.
I also think that that means my video's next because that's what she told me was that you liked. Anyway, I think it's my video, which is going to be absolutely ridiculous. Oh my gosh. People are going to be so mad.
See you then. Bye.
Okay. Final book higher and final book lower. See, it's me. I knew it was me. Oh, wow. And I'm going to have to click on this one. Okay. Hi. You're here because you rated your final book as lower than your first book in your series. I get to give you a new prompt, which is start a new series. See, I said start a new series. People are going to be so mad when they get to mine. Okay. Maybe this one will be better. Anyway, come back and see me when you're done with it. Okay, I'm going to try to not, I know what the two options are that I'm supposed to do during this or not do while I read this book. I'm going to try to not let that sway what I would normally do. So that's what I'm going to do. Now I have to go see if any of the books that I already have on my TBR, there won't be any in my 50 Before 50. That's a new series, but let's go see what I can find that is. I don't have to leave this open. But I do have a lot of these over here that I own the first book in the series and I haven't read any. So if I sort this by read 0, there's a lot of these that I own. So I'm going to check my TBR first over here. See if any of these are the first book in a series. I know that nothing on this side is. None of these, because that's 50 Before 50. Those are not series. Out on a Limb could be the first book in a series. And Bull Moon Rising could be the first book in a series, and either one of these, Hannah and the Hitman or The Proposal. So I'm going to check those 4 books, see if any of them are the first in a series, and then see what we'll do. Okay, Out on a Limb, out number 1. Hannah and the Hitman is also the first book. Okay, this one's 372 pages. This one is 397. So Hannah and the Hitman is winning right now, being the shorter book. Bull Moon Rising is also the beginning of a series, but that one is 400 and something pages. So if The Proposal is the beginning of a series, then I have 4 new series on my thing. Okay, The Proposal is not. It looks like it's a standalone. Okay, so it looks like I'm going with Hannah and the Hitman. It only has a 3.36 rating. Out on a Limb has a 4.25, so I probably will like it more, but that's okay. Hannah is shorter and I will get it done. I own it already. I just bought it on a sale. So that is what I'm going to be reading next. And I will check in with y'all tomorrow. I cannot believe I got my own video so soon in the readathon or the challenge. So I'll check in with y'all tomorrow when I have finished Hannah and the Hitman. Okay, I'm back to the end of my video. Also, Django's sitting up here now. But I'm about to get up. I'm about to go for a walk and it's going to be about an hour. I don't know. I just feel like I want to go walk until I'm done walking. So my normal loop around is about an hour, although I'm going to be going slow. I'm not going to be rushing it. I'm just enjoying outside. It's 3:00 in the afternoon and I'm about to be finished with this book. And I already know which one of these I'm picking. So what I say in my video is that if you ate food while you read, you pick one way. If you didn't eat any food, you pick the other way. So I don't remember which way is which, but it looks like I'm about to do that now. Okay, so if I ate something, I'm going on this side. If I didn't eat, I'm on this side. So I'm not clicking Bailey's video. We're clicking over here. I may not be subscribed. Hello? Let me see. I'm not. Cheyenne, okay. This is not my normal channel either. I'm actually watching this from my reading channel, and I don't do YouTube from my reading channel. I watch from my gaming channel. So anyway, here's Cheyenne. We're going to see what the prompt is for hers because I want to go ahead and get the book in case I finish the Hannah and the Hitman while I'm out. So let's hope that it is something that I can use, like that I can use something on my TBR already, but let's watch.
I'm Cheyenne from Cheyenne Buck Books, and I heard you were snacking and reading last time because my task for you is to pick a 5-star prediction.
Okay, so I actually made a list for Bucket Listathon because it has a prompt that says 5-star prediction. So I did on my, let me zoom in for y'all. My 50 before 50 books that have the star beside them, they are 5-star predictions. Now, this book I actually just finished today. So now there is no longer a book there because that was the last book in that series. So that is gone. So I can read a Flavia DeLuce, I can read a Mistborn, or I can read a Veronica Speedwell. Oh, or Jacqueline Winspear. They all have stars because I think they're going to be 5 stars. Okay, I think I'm going to go with the one that I have the most left in, and I have 2 left in Mistborn, 1 left in Veronica. So I don't know how many I have left in either one of these. I'm going to say that Jacqueline Winspear I have the most left in, but I also don't know if I feel like reading it. But both of these also are on my TBR. So, oh, I'm still zoomed in. Sorry. Here's the Flavia DeLuce over here, and here's the Jacqueline Winspear over here. You know what? I already have that one on Libby checked out from the library, so that's what I'm going to go with. Okay, so I know I'm covering it up, but the books that I'm currently reading are just going to be bigger. I'm not reading this one yet, but I will be when I finish Hannah and the Hitman. So there we go. I have got my 5-star prediction picked out, and then I will come back over here to Cheyenne's video and see what the 2 options are of what I thought about the 5-star prediction. I mean, I can go ahead and guess that it's going to be, did you think it was a 5-star or was it not? Like you made the prediction, were you right or not? But we'll just find out when I come back. But I will tell y'all right now, Hannah and the Hitman is getting 2 stars. I do not enjoy it. Vanessa Vale used to be one of the authors that I liked a lot, but I'm thinking it's because my reading tastes have changed quite a bit that I don't really love it anymore. So 3:10 now, I am headed out to go do my walk and read Hannah and the Hitman, and then probably start Leaving Everything Most Loved. And I also know that things are going to happen in this book that I'm scared of, which is why I think I've been putting it off, but I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. And here we go. I mean, nobody ever told me that Maisie Dobbs would be fun and happy and heartwarming because it is not. It is mysterious and quite dark. All right, here we go. I'll see y'all later. Okay, I got to catch y'all up on some things that have happened since my last check-in. First of all, my Kindle is trying to open over here, which is not what I want. Okay. First of all, I was reading Leaving Everything Most Loved last because of a 5-star prediction. So then at the end of that video, it was to choose if it was 5 stars or not 5 stars. And it was not 5 stars for me. So I chose the not 5 stars. So I went to Ruby's video and I had to pick the shortest read that I had, which is Saga. So I grabbed my giant tome here and I read the next Saga issue. And then on the end of Ruby's, it was if it was an even number in your storyline or an odd number. And the one I read was number 24, which was even. So then I had to make a poll. So I created the poll last night before I went to sleep so that it would be done this morning. And it will be ending very soon. And what I did for the poll is I did emojis, but for Chew, which you can see I have it up here because that's what won, I had a chicken because they can't eat chicken, and a gun because they're all spies, and then a mouth because the way our main character solves crimes and figures out things is by eating stuff and tasting it. So that's what I put there. The other one is a Discworld Small Gods. I couldn't figure out what to do, but I did a little skull and a a laughing emoji because Discworld is funny, but it's also about death. So I thought that would be appropriate, which it did get 8 votes, but the winner got 13 votes. Anyway, then the last thing I did is I wanted the Lexi Blake book, Siren Reborn. So I put a little siren and then a baby and then a kissy face because it's a romance, Siren born, that's what I did. So they voted 13 votes, won for Chew. The other 2 got 8 each. So it does technically say that it has 35 minutes left, but nobody's voted on it in the last 45 minutes so far. So I think I'm good to call it and start reading Chew, which is why I had my Kindle open.
Have fun with your next read and come back to this video once you're done with your book.
Okay, so this is the one that I just finished watching last night to do the poll. So that one's going to stay here. I'm going to pin it so that it's ready to go. I'm trying to get Chew to pull up on my thing, and it is not. Oh, I have 2 copies of Chew now. That's fantastic. I just want to read the dang Chew book. Anyway, I'll figure this out in a minute. Let me show you the other thing, which doesn't have anything to do with Squash That series, but I am trying to work on this at the same time. So I was up here on series and I rolled a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I went down here to a 5-star prediction because that was exactly what I had to read for the other one. So I just rolled the dice and I got a 2. So I can go your pick or Discord poll. Oh my gosh, I just did a Discord poll. So maybe that's what I should do. Have I read this color before? I have, which means what I have to read has to be in a series, which is totally fine because that's all I'm doing is reading a series anyway. So I will be right here starting Chew. So let me make this much smaller, not quite that small, and put it right there. There we go. So I'm reading Chew for that spot. And then I'll roll again. We'll see what happens. I need to make it over here to this side of the board eventually for a new release. But I've made it to the other 2 sides of the board and we're looking really good for the 8th of the month. I also went through here, which I know you can't see because it's too small and too far away. But I did go through here and change out all the ones that I had read. So first of all, I removed the Lady Hardcastle. I removed it from here because I got caught up in that series and I put another Lexi Blake. So now I have 2 options for Lexi Blake. And then the next time I remove one, I'm going to put another Discworld so that I will have 2 options for those because those are my top 2 ones that I need to read. Anyway, I read a Dresden File, so I changed that one out. I read a Jacqueline Winspear. I just finished that last night. I changed that out. I just finished the Saga and I changed that out. So I'm trying to change them out as I read them so that the covers that are here are the actual books that I'm on in the series. Okay, so all that to say, I'm going to figure out what's up with the Kindle and why I can't get this. Okay, maybe things have moved. Oh, things have moved around. But I still can't get now there are 3 of them. This says 21% of the way through this. Did I start reading this book? Oh, I did. I remember all this. Okay, so that's nice. So I guess I'm going to keep reading Blood Pudding. That's what this is called. End of Blood Pudding Chapter 1. That's what I read last time. Okay. Some of the artwork in this is just disgusting in some places. Anyway, I will check back in with y'all when I finish Blood Pudding. Okay, so I forgot to check back in when I finished Blood Pudding, but I finished it, and that was the end of the round. So it took me 5 books and 5 prompts to finish my first round of Choose Your Own Adventure. And I started my second round the next day, not until yesterday, which was Sunday. So I started it like at night before I went to bed, Sunday night at midnight or whatever. And what I wanted to do was just take it slower the second time and not always pick the easiest ones. So if y'all remember, which I know you do because it hasn't been that long ago for y'all, it's been longer for me. But Bailey's prompt was to finish a series or get caught up with a series, is also finishing it, like reading up to the publication date. And so I decided to go with the Black Dagger Brotherhood series book that I needed, which was Lover Forbidden. So this is the one that I decided to read, 414 pages. It was about how many hours? About 13, almost 14 hours, 13:45, something like that. So this is book number 23, but it catches me up to where we are in the Black Dagger Brotherhood. So that's what I decided to go with for this. So I'm at the end now. I'm almost finished with the book. Like I'm going to finish it in about 15 minutes. So I'm at the end. I'm going to go ahead and do my pick. I can already tell you that I like this one better than the first book. So I'm going to be going here for the final book higher. And I see the title of this is 6+ words in the title. So does that mean that's going to be her prompt? Because I'm already worried about it if that's what it is. But let's go over here. I'm not sure that I'm even subscribed on either one of my channels to her. So that'll be nice. I'll subscribe here and then I'll go over to my actual watching YouTube channel and I'll subscribe over there. But let's see what I'm going to have to pick next and see if I'm right about 6 words.
If you are here, you should have read the final book in a series that was rated higher than the first book in that series.
Okay, so I subscribed here. I'm going to go over to my other channel so I can subscribe over there.
If you are here, you should have read the final book in a series that was rated
I'm
higher
already
than
subscribed
the
over here.
first book in that series. And now what I'm going to ask you to do is read a book with a long title, specifically 6 words or more. If you do not have a title available to you that is 6 words or longer, then feel free to just use the longest title available to you on your list. So once you finish up that book, come right back here and I will tell you what to do next.
Okay, let me go look. Okay, so I'm sure that this has got to be long enough. The Chimney Sweep book. Okay, it's called As Chimney Sweepers Come to Dust. Exactly 6 letters in the title. So I'm going to be starting Flavia. I know I'm covering the book up, but there it is right there. I'm going to be reading this one. This was my 50 before 50 bingo. The problem is I don't know where to find it because it is not available on my Libby. So that's fine. I'm going to find that after I finish reading Lover Forbidden, which, like I said, I have 15 minutes left. And then I will start As Chimney Sweepers Come to Dust. I love that Alan Bradley always does such long titles on the Flavia DeLuce books, so that's always nice and easy for me to get. Oh, you know what else is this one? 4 funerals and maybe a wedding. I have more that have 6 words. Okay, well, I'm going to hold on to that one in case I land on, like I make it around another round again and I land back on this same thing. But right now I'm going to read Flavia. And because the Turkey Trot, this book is technically supposed to be the book I read the last week of the month. And so I need to hold on to that. But I have done week 1 and week 2 for the Turkey Trot. So I can't read either one of those other 2 until it gets to be that week. I'm not sure if those are the rules, but it says week 1, week 2, week 3. So I'm just going to read them during that week. So anyway, that's it. We are reading Flavia. And I will check in with y'all to see how it went. And then we will continue with the video to see what prompt we're reading. What we're doing next. But I will comment and say what book I'm reading. Okay. As Chimney Sweepers Come to Dust. There we go. I'll see y'all back in a little while. Okay, so I'm almost finished with the Chimney Sweeper. As Chimney Sweepers Come to Dust. It's apparently a quote from Shakespeare, as we learned at the beginning. Anyway, I'm almost finished with it, so I went ahead and looked at the end of the video. And the end of the video was, if our book ended on an odd number of pages, we clicked on Lizzie. And if it was an even number of pages, we clicked on Martine. So I went and checked because I'm listening to it on audio and it's an even number of pages. So I clicked on Martine. And so Martine's prompt was then to use any vessel around you, like anything that holds papers that you have around you, and put papers in there with books on it, draw a name out, and that's the book that you read. So I went back here to my list and I put in all of the series, specifically 50 before 50 that I have left, which were 4, not physical. I didn't put Saga or Spy Family on there because I wanted to be able to read on audio because I'm going to be driving today. So I put 4 of them in there and I used this because this was the closest thing I had to me that was an unusual vessel. So anyway, there's 3 of them are still in there because I'm not sticking my hand back in there. It's very pokey inside there. But I keep this at my desk all the time so I can use it whenever I feel like I want to. And so anyway, I put them in there and I drew one out and I got Small Gods. So that is why Small Gods is already over here ready to go. It's Terry Pratchett Discworld, and I was able to get it on Libro. It was a little bit on sale, and then with the discount that you get when you're a member of Libro, it was not very expensive. So I did have to buy it though, which is the case for quite a few of my 50 before 50 books, and that makes me sad. But anyway, this is where I am on my third time around, and I still need to finish Small Gods and then listen to the rest of Martine's whatever the prompt is at the end of their video. So that is all I have left, and I'm probably going to have to do that on my phone tonight at my friend's house, although I don't know that I'm going to actually finish Small Gods. I'm going to finish Chimney Sweepers as soon as I get in the car. Like, I don't have very much left. I forgot though that Flavia, something happened at the end of the last one. Oh yeah, I have 19 minutes left at my speed. So I'm definitely going to finish it really soon. But I forgot that at the end of the last one, there were quite a few hints about a society that maybe her mom was involved in and other things about Flavia's mom. And so in this one, we kind of pick right back up with all of that. And there was also like another announcement at the end of the last one. I can't even say it because it was so shocking to me that I don't even want to say it and then have it not be shocking if y'all decide to read these books. So, but anyway, we picked up with all of that right where it left off at the beginning of this book. And so it's just been great seeing Flavia in a new way, in a different way. Okay. I can't even say what I want to say about it because it's so far down the list of series. Anyway, that is everything that I wanted to check in with y'all on. And I probably, like I said, won't be back home until tomorrow. But tomorrow I will at least update you on what I did and where I went. Ron and I did do date night last night, and we didn't chat about what we had. But here's a video. And he had what's called giving pie. And it had a gravy base with mashed potatoes, turkey, and then over the top was cranberry sauce drizzle and fried onions. So that was his pizza. I just had a regular chicken and pepperoni pizza, but I did get a ranch drizzle over the top of mine, and it was so good. Anyway, his did not look bad to me, but when you say what's on it, it sounds bad, but the pizza itself actually looked pretty good, but I was not brave enough to eat any of it, so I didn't. But anyway, that was date night last night. And now tonight, I'm going to a Maryland basketball game with my friend. So I will check in with y'all and let you know tomorrow when I get back home. Anyway, I'll see you then. Okay, I finished Small Gods. Martine over here had me pick my name. I know it's been just a minute for y'all, but it's been like 3 days for me. Anyway, I finished Small Gods, and we're going to see what's next.
Right, you're back. So you've read the sequel that your object picked. If you owned that book prior to reading it, you're going to click on the video that shows up here. If, however, you had to borrow the book to read it, say through Kindle Unlimited, the library, from somebody else, then you're going to click on the video that comes up right here.
Okay, well, that's the one I'm going to have to pick on. Is the one pointing where she's pointing right now, because I did not own it before I started reading it.
Happy adventuring.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to Bailey's.
Ooh, it looks like you took a couple wrong turns. You have actually reached a dead end here, which means, unfortunately, you're getting sent back to the beginning of the Squash That Series board. So,
okay, I knew that Bailey had a dead end at the end after my prompt. I didn't know there was another one.
Go ahead and click in the end screen. You're getting sent back to that first prompt, which was to finish a series. Start again, and hopefully you don't hit another dead end.
Okay, back to prompt number 1.
Hello, it's
which
Bailey.
I don't have to watch because it is to finish a series. So let me get my series thing out and see what in the world I can do this time. Oh, you know what? I know what I can do because it was what I was going to do last time, but I decided not to be so easy on myself and to read a longer book. So let me go look at that. Okay, yes. Swords, Cider, and Other Distractions by Brian McClellan. That's this one. Oh, well, y'all can't see, but that is the novella that I have left in the Shadow of Lightning series. It's one of my 50 before 50 books, and it'll get me caught up with that series. So it's 2 hours and 49 minutes on audio, and I was supposed to have my very first dermatology appointment this morning, if y'all been following that saga. They called to cancel because they had a burst pipe in their offices. And so I have to go next week to the dermatologist, not this week. Also, one other thing happened yesterday. I got this in the mail. I didn't share it with y'all. It's not a book. It is a planner. It's called the Doodle Planner by Amanda Rach Lee. She is a planner person that lives in Canada. And anyway, I'm obsessed because it's already filled out, but I just get to color it in. So I even, like last night, I colored in the place where my name goes, and I colored in the overview page of next year. I'm just using pinks and yellows right now for all of the goal stuff and everything at the beginning of it. And then we will see what I'm going to end up doing. But January's theme is a quilt. Let me show you. Here it is, like a quilted pattern. And so you just fill it in, you color it in. Anyway, this is going to be what I'm trying for 2026, to have a planner for the whole year that I will not stop using. So that came in the mail yesterday, actually, and I just messed around with it and colored it last night while I was reading. So now I'm going to be reading In the Shadow of Lightning. No, it's from The Glass Immortal, Swords, Ciders, and Other Distractions. A quick little one. I like Brian McClellan's writing, and I really liked the first book in this series. I'm ready for the next full-length one to come out, so it'll be nice to get to do this. Anyway, I'm just going to get back into my day. What's going on with me today? We're taking Wesley to register for his first semester in college, so that's nice. There is a community college that is not far from our house. I was going to say 1 mile, but that's an exaggeration. It's close, but it's not 1 mile away. And so he's going to take classes there in the spring. Wow. So we're going to do that today. And then without my dermatology appointment, I am going to get work done that I was worried about having time to finish. And now I don't, because I will definitely get it done today. I'm going to get on that now, and I will read and check in with y'all later. Okay. So I started, what did I tell y'all that I was starting? I had to finish a series. Oh, because I came back to Bailey's and I read Swords, Cider, and Other Distractions because I hit the dead end. I went back to the beginning, and this is a novella. So I finished it during live sprints yesterday. It was really good and cute, but it was not as good as the first book in the series, where we're introduced to everybody and how the magic system works and all that stuff. So I liked it. It was not as cute. So I ended up on MySpace again, which I didn't watch because literally MySpace is start a series. So I started the Broposal last night, and technically I finished it today because it was at 1 a.m. when I finished it. I just decided I wasn't going to sleep till I saw how it ended. So I didn't know how a romance was going to end. Anyway, so I have finished another one of the books from my TBR, and I'm really happy with how things are going so far with the TBR, with me not purposefully trying to read it, but just kind of going with other things and other games. And if I happen to finish it, then I've happened to finish it. So that's been really nice and fun. So I started a series, and during the series, I did eat food. So now I forget what I'm supposed to be choosing. So we're going to go watch the end of my video. Well, find the end of my video and click from there. Okay, so if I ate, I go over here on this side. And why can't I remember this prompt?
I'm Cheyenne from Cheyenne Books.
Also, Cheyenne is currently reading a Stephen Graham Jones book. Not in this video, but she commented and said she was, and I'm very excited about it.
What sequel is on your TBR that you think is going to know?
Oh, that's right. 5-star predictions. Oh, you know what that means, that I get to read. Okay, so it's not going to be anything over here because I did the Jacqueline Winspear was my last 5-star prediction, and I don't have any more based on what's left here. However, I do have the list where I had my 5-star predictions. Let me zoom in. So I'll put a little star on them. Whoops. If they were a 5-star prediction. So I do have the next Flavia DeLuce, Jacqueline Winspear, The Lost Metal, and Deanna Rayburn. The reason I thought, oh, I'm going to read A Grave Robbery is because I already own that. However, this does get me caught up with a series. So if I have to go back to the beginning again, maybe I save that and read that then, and I read a different 5-star prediction now. So I can read the next Flavia DeLuce, the next Lost Metal, or the next Maisie Dobbs. Let me see which one I can get easiest. Okay, so actually I can get the next Flavia novel and the Lost Metal right now on Libby. However, the next Flavia novel is 9 hours and the Lost Metal is 19 hours. So I think I'm going with Flavia, and I'm going to read that next as my 5-star prediction. And it's not this book. It's actually already on my TBR, which I didn't realize. Thrice the Brinded Cat Hath Mewed. That is what it is. And so that's the one that I'm going to be reading next. And I just borrowed it from the library. And so we're good to go. Next Flavia is my 5-star prediction. So I have an appointment this morning, and then I have to pick up my groceries, and then I'm going to be live streaming. And hopefully that's all I'm going to do is read during the live streams. There's a couple of work things I need to do, but they're things that I can do while I listen to an audiobook. So I'm happy to be back with Flavia. She's transitioning into different areas of her life and different locations, and I am excited to read it. I think it's going to be really good. I hope it's 5 stars. Then I get to go to a different path than I've been before, because last time it was not a 5-star when I thought it would be. So hopefully this one will be. And then I'll get to go to a different path. But we'll see what happens when we get there. We only have 2 days left after today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've got 3 days left to do this. So I will see you all in a little while. Okay, it is Sunday. I don't even remember. Last time I checked in, I was supposed to be looking for a fall book because I'm in the season of fall. So a seasonal book for me. And the reason, you can see right over here to the side, the reason that I have squashed this series round 2 as complete is because I am just done. I do not have a book that's already on my TBR that is specifically for fall. So I just moved on and I read the Siren Reborn book. I finished it last night, and I've started Never Flinch today. So I'm just moving along on my TBR. I decided that Squash That Series did help me read quite a few books, especially finishing series. I did 3 of my series that only had 1 book left. I got caught up or finished all of those. So that was really nice. And then I got closer to being done on a couple of others. So all in all, I think that Squash That Series really helped me this time. I technically read 10 books for Squash That Series, and I only completed 1 round because the second round, as y'all saw, after I read the 3rd book, I had to start over. So I read the Cider book and the Broposal, and then at prompt number 3 is where I ran out of being able to fulfill the prompt. So I still don't know what the choices are for Amy's, which is fine. I might end up later in the year, if I read a series book that takes place in the fall, I might just jump over there to Amy's to just see what it does and go from there. So all of you guys can do the same thing anytime you want. I will make sure that I link Bailey's first video to kick the thing off. I'm going to link it here in my end screen, and you can just click on hers and start your own path through Squash That Series if you haven't done it yet, or if you've already done it and you want to do it again, there's the link for the video. Otherwise, you can just go to Bailey's channel and check it out. But this was a lot of fun. Choose your own adventure. I love that Squash That Series is different every time, and she always comes up with really cool ways for us to do it. So let me know how you did. 10 books is what I read during Squash That Series. Technically, I read 11, but one of them did not count for the actual challenge. So that is going to do it though for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to go check out Bailey and her video, her channel, and I will see you guys later. Bye.